Welcome back to another trade recap. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. We had two trades today. We had a winner and we had a loser. First one that we ended up taking was pretty simple. So from this morning, major jump up, and then into the afternoon, we kind of sold off, bouncing off of this 15-minute fair value gap up at this top. So when we sold off, I was waiting for us to come down into the zone where this 15-minute fair value gap is. So if you look at the 15-minute chart, I had a couple different things in mind. So I had this 15-minute fair value gap at the bottom that I was looking at, and then from this sell-off yesterday, I was looking at these imbalances on the 15-minute as targets for us to come up and retrace into. Additionally, I did not think that we were going to come up and bounce as hard as we did here. I honestly thought we were going to fill the majority of this the moment that we bounced that down here the first go around. So if we take a look at those trades again, going into the day, we came up, like I said, we bounced off of this 15-minute. I didn't take any shorts because I just didn't think that we were going to fall like we did originally, which there was a couple setups that I found, but we just didn't take them. So we came down, we bounced off of this first. So there was a 15-minute here. I ended up erasing it when we blew through it and closed through it the first time. So I went to take these first long space off of, not only is it a 15-minute, but this 1 minute fair value gap. So we came down, we bounced, and then I was just waiting for a breaking structure, maybe an inverse fair value gap. I was hoping for kind of both of those to align, but we only got really just a breaking structure back up to the upside. So we came up, we didn't get anything in this mix. We ended up bouncing off of this 1 minute fair value gap, and then we came down, and this is where I entered. So if we zoom in a little closer, you can see we ended up breaking structure here, and on ES, we ended up breaking structure in the same place. So because of that, I thought that there's a pretty good chance we'll come up and we'll at least take out these highs before possibly heading lower or going up and filling in those imbalances that I was talking about earlier. But what happened was we came back up into this 1 minute fair value gap, and shit hit the fan very quickly. I had an opportunity to take a 2.0 from what I was risking, because I was risking about 39 ticks, and we got as high as almost 100, so 93 ticks. So there was a chance for me to take TP where I wanted to take TP. As you can see, we ended up hitting TP1. This is where it really does suck on the day, as I did not hit the record button for any one of these two trades. I forgot to hit record this morning, so I can't even show you what happened. So as we were getting ready to make this move up, I thought that, hey, there's a good chance we bounce off of this 1 minute fair value gap. And as I went to move my stop loss right above break even, it just shot down. It was very incredibly fast. There was some news related with Trump. I just wasn't able to secure at least profit, already being up a 2.0 on the risk to reward. Came down off of this shot down to the downside, and we bounced off of this 15 minutes. So this brings us into trade number 2. So we come down, we bounce off this 15-minute fair value gap again. Okay, I'm still looking for longs because overall my bias is that we're going to come up and we're going to fill this 15-minute imbalance from yesterday's sell-off. So we ended up selling off quite a bit. We have all these imbalances, right? 15-minute here, 15-minute here, 15-minute here. So we come down, we bounce off this 15-minute fair value gap, and then we get breaking structure again here. I entered in, my stops were right below what ended up being a fair value gap. I didn't know that at the time until this candle closed. And when this candle closed, I actually ended up selling, because here's the thing, on a higher time frame, we hadn't quite closed above right here on the 5 minute. Had we had gotten this close prior to me closing, which we ended up getting that close at 30, and 30 is this candle here. So right at 12:30, we close above that 5 minute, and we break structure on the 5 minute to the upside. Had I stayed in this play 2 minutes later and we had broken, I mean, obviously you can see we would have made a ton of money. And from the rest of the day, all we did was just go straight up. It definitely sucks. I mean, that is a lot of dough that was missed out on. But like I said, the game of trading isn't to catch the whole thing, it's just to catch a piece. Am I upset with myself that I ended up selling where I did? Yes. Actually, today I am slightly. As here's the moral of the story. I ended up missing a 2.0, which is typically my price target when what I go for here. And had I had not been stopped out here and this same play, if this would have my first play, I probably would have held easily TP2, if not this 5 minute imbalance, because out of hitting TP2, I would have noticed that on the 5 minute we were breaking structure. So these 5 minute highs would have been my TP point, because typically after a break structure on the 5 minute, you can almost count on the next high on the 5 minute being taken out. Overall, we did end up positive, so we can't be upset about that. And we ended up positive actually quite a bit, more than what we have been in the past week or so from trades when I've taken two, with one being a loser and one being a a winner on the day. Overall, it was a great setup. I think that it definitely could have been executed way better than what it was, but that's just the name of the game when you let your emotions take a little bit of a toll on it. And where it is the second trade of the day, I have found that the second trade of the day does suffer slightly more than what the first one does, if the first trade was a loser, and that's just part of my psychological game that I have to overcome, and I've been battling with for years. With that being said, that wraps up this trade recap. I'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never